Yo, let's get busy with this. What do you think about this, Brendan Schaub? I am very excited about this fight. I think people are fucking sleeping on Eddie Alvarez. I think he's a dangerous 155-pounder. That motherfucker can punch. He punches hard. He's fast as fuck, and there's not a human alive that's more game than that kid.
I agree 100%.
That dude, if you've never seen him fight before, you got to watch his fights in Bellator with Michael Chandler.
And Dream. Yep. Watch his fights in Dream, too.
And Michael Chandler's another dude who's out there who is world class that could easily be fighting and winning in the UFC.
Oh, yeah.
And you see it now with Eddie Alvarez because it took a while for Eddie to get comfortable in the UFC. Donald worked him over in his first fight because
he got dismantled by Donald.
But now he's training with your boy. He's with Mark Henry. And look, Conor's a goddamn phenom, and he's got, as Faraz Sahabi likes to call it, the touch of death in his hands.
It's a scary fight, man. Anyone who thinks it's an easy fight or not a big fight for Conor, they just don't know the sport.
They're out of their
talking
fucking
about the
mind.
underground king. I think at 55, and everyone knows I'm the biggest Conor nut rider in the world. At 55, I just don't see a ton of success there. I think Eddie Alvarez, if you look at the top 5, we've talked about this before, you look at the top 5, it's his easiest matchup, and that's a fucking nightmare for him. Because Eddie can grapple his ass off. He's been in so many big fights. He doesn't get tired. He doesn't mind winning by decision either.
He doesn't get tired, and he's a bigger grappler.
Yes.
Those are two. And he can fucking crack.
And look at his resume.
Yes. And his striking is crisp, man. He's got crisp striking. He's not an easy guy to hit. You know, you can hit him, and he gets rocked, and he survives. If you watch his Chandler fights, Eddie Alvarez got rocked and survived against Chandler and a couple other guys over in Bellator.
Well, think about it. How's Conor win this fight? You go through it. Has to knock him out. He has 5 rounds to knock him out. You're not winning a decision against Eddie.
He could win a decision.
I don't think so.
Why
I disagree.
Not? But why do you? What about the fight with Gilbert Melendez? Eddie won a decision in the Gilbert Melendez fight.
Oh, no, I'm saying Eddie wins by decision.
Right, but you don't think that Conor could beat him in a similar fight?
No.
No? You don't think he has the endurance?
The endurance, the takedowns, the grappling, with the striking. As the rounds go on, the knockout power goes down.
Do you think people sleep on Alvarez's wrestling? Because I think they forget.
They forget how good of a wrestler he is. And his endurance, man.
How
It's
far
a
did he get
scary
in college?
fight.
Where did he wrestle?
He was a high-level guy.
Yeah. Was he Division
NCAA?
I?
He was Division I, oh yeah.
All-American?
I'm not sure, but compared to Conor, he's fucking Dan Gable.
Yo, this fight is nasty. Right, and we all know that those guys. I mean, we're talking about Jimi Manawa and Ovince St. Preux about to go down.
Yeah,
I'm saying this fight is nasty. Just not confuse people at home. But I agree with you, man. I think people sleep on him.
It's
I think
crazy,
until you've
man.
rolled with like a real Division I wrestler and you realize how fucking strong their wrestling is, All-American.
That's high school. National Prep All-American.
What is his college wrestling record? He doesn't have one?
Does he have no college wrestling?
Doesn't say he has college wrestling?
He got his wrestling in frickin' Dream. How about that?
Yeah, he probably just went right. He bypassed that career and went right into MMA.
So he was a
All-American
high-level high school wrestler,
yeah.
which is not as impressive
No.
as a college wrestler.
Not
but
at all.
when you see him wrestle, you know he's got some skills.
Does he like just to stand up, though?
He loves standing
He loves
up.
to trade and
He can
bang.
bang.
Because Conor
Bang.
just wants to stand up, obviously.
He's too smart. He's been in
Most
there with some of the
likely.
best, you know. So
Conor's not an easy takedown, though, even
No.
to high school champion.
Chad
or
Mendes
a
begs
college-
to differ.
As time goes on, he's going to be harder and harder to get
That
taken
Chad
down.
Mendes fight, though, in Conor's defense, he had a pretty fucked up knee in that fight. He was getting stem cell injections in his knee.
But that's also the only wrestler we've ever seen Conor fight, and he
true.
got taken down pretty effortly.
Yeah, that's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? That's
He
the only.
did,
That's
but-
that's the only thing we can go off of. You
Yeah.
say I got a bad knee. I get that. It's a tough fight, man. But people who think Conor's gonna walk through this guys, they don't know the sport, man. I saw the fight and went, fuck.
It's true, but also I could see Conor just
Murking
cracking him.
Oh yeah, that's
That can
how
happen,
Conor's
too.
gonna win. He's gonna if Conor wins, he's gonna murk him.
Conor has some vicious fucking power in his hands.
Has Eddie been knocked out
Yes,
often?
he's been stopped.
Yeah.
Chandler stopped him. He rear naked choked him and beat him for the title.
Has he been knocked out?
I don't think he's been knocked out.
He's
I
been
do
in some
not think
wars,
so. He's
man.
been in some
He's been in some straight
crazy
dog
wars.
fights.
He's just as game as they come. I think he's one of those guys that fights at his very best when he's scared.
Correct.
And I think that's going to be one of the best things about this fight is that he thinks Conor's a dangerous motherfucker, just like he thought Rafael Dos Anjos. He stopped Dos Anjos in the first round.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, including me, were making the argument that Dos Anjos, if you look at the guys he's beaten, stopped Cowboy in the first round, beat the shit out of Nate Diaz.
Pettis.
Beat Pettis stopped Ben Henderson, crushed him. I mean, you look at all the guys that he's beaten, there's a real argument that he's one of the best lightweights of all time.
Yeah.
And then Eddie went and stopped him in the first round.
And
so
everyone thought he was going to get murdered. Like, everyone thought Eddie was just going to get, it was a huge
He doesn't
mismatch.
have the marquee name recognition type thing.
they don't know him
It's
yet.
a dangerous fight for Conor, man, because he has such a big name. But
Yeah.
if Conor does win, you imagine the 55 belt holder.
It's crazy.
And the
if he
40,
wins,
I mean,
it's crazy.
too.
And, and then I think you'll.
Don't forget about Tony in there.
Tony. Well, no, we're not forgetting about him for sure. But I think the thing about Eddie Alvarez is that he has the title, and that's why it's sellable. If it was just Conor McGregor versus Eddie Alvarez, and he didn't have the title, you can't sell it.
It's just that
Well,
belt.
Because it's in
still get
Madison
$1 million.
Square Garden, though.
It'd still
That
get $1 million.
title's so valuable. This is
Oh,
where you
yeah.
realize how valuable that title is.
100%.
Because Tony is right in there, in my opinion, as is Barboza, as is a couple guys. Khabib Nurmagomedov is, of course, everybody's first choice. He's undefeated. Nobody's been able to deal with that
He will
grappling.
suplex your face
And
off.
he's a nasty fucking striker, too. He
Someone
throws
give him a
murderous
goddamn
shots.
fight. Give him a
well,
fight.
he's fighting. He's fighting Michael Johnson in the
That's right.
in that card. That's a fucking great fight. Johnson just coming off of the knockout of Poirier. That's a great fight.
It's a great fight. Is that on the main card?
Yes,
It's
of
the best.
course.
Let's be real.
Must be.
We always argue what's the best UFC fight card. That's the best UFC fight
By
card of all
far.
time. Not even close.
It's like by far.
If it holds up.
Yeah, if it holds up.
If the
Don't say
lineup,
that.
what's the lineup?
Don't say it.
Can I see it?
Yeah,
The
don't
lineup,
jinx
the
it.
lineup is
Right there.
fucking insane. You have 3 world title fights. You have Alvarez
Holy
versus
shit.
Conor McGregor. You have Tyron Woodley's fighting Wonder Boy.
That's a fun
Holy
fight.
shit.
People
Yeah.
forget that this is even happening because everybody's talking about other fights. They forget this fight. How about Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus Karolina Kowalkiewicz? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Nobody's even talking about that. And then you have Chris Weidman versus Yoel motherfucking Romero. Come on.
That's nuts. Then our boy Cowboy.
Cowboy
Yeah.
versus Kelvin. That's
What
a
about
good
Kelvin,
fight.
son?
And look at this, Misha
My
Tate
boy.
versus Raquel Pennington. That's a fucking
never mad
badass
when
fight.
Misha fights.
Never mad. And
mad.
Raquel Pennington is one of the best bantamweights in the world. Nobody talks about her because she's won some fights in a crazy way, like the Ashley Evans Smith fight.
With the
she's
ear?
had some
Oh,
great.
no, yeah.
But she
Yeah.
took Holly Holm to a fucking split decision.
God, those girls have lost a lot, though. Look at 8 and 6.
They have brawls, bro.
Yeah,
these
they
girls
do.
go after it.
That's
and
a
Raquel
great point,
Pennington,
though,
in my
sir.
opinion,
She's 8 and 6.
super aggressive. I like watching her fight, man.
Misha got beat up in the last fight.
She did.
God.
Amanda Nunes.
Yeah.
Amanda Nunes, no joke. Oh my God, Frankie Edgar versus Jeremy Stevens.
This
I
card's fucking
forgot about
ridiculous.
that. I almost forgot about that. That's insane.
Nuts.
Nurmagomedov and Johnson.
Holy shit.
It's not even close. There's not even a second place.
Oh, and
Rashad
look at
Kennedy.
this.
Kennedy. Oh my God.
Two of my favorites.
Holy
I love
shit.
both
Why,
those
why
guys.
did they decide to go gangbusters on this one?
Rafael Natal is fighting Tim Bosch.
That's a fun fight.
That's a
Natal
fun
being,
fight.
You know, he trains in New York with Henzo.
Jim Miller and
Throwback.
Thiago Alves. Thiago Alves
That's
fighting
huge.
155. This
Come
is his
on,
first
that's
fight at
huge.
155.
I call that the Throwback Thursday fight.
Have you seen what Alves looks like? It's crazy.
I have not.
He's
shredded.
he's way thinner. He's lighter. You know, you remember when Alves fought Matt Hughes when he didn't make weight?
Yeah.
And he was a gorilla. Gorilla.
He's a baby
He
gorilla.
was so jacked. It was insane.
And then his hair said, "See ya."
He had muscles that would start above his ears.
For real.
And
He
make
looked
their
like
way.
a pit bull. Like,
Yeah.
well, excuse me, sir, you're actually turning into a pit bull.
When he stopped Matt Hughes
No,
with
no,
that
you don't
flying
fight like
knee,
a pit bull. You look like.
He looks like one. Yeah.
he was so big. He was so powerful.
Jacked. One of the best bodies
He was,
in MMA.
Yeah.
dude. He was the most feared.
Look
He
at
was
him
the
there.
Edson Barboza of like 10 years ago.
Look at him right
my
there.
God.
Good fucking
Oh, he was bigger
Lord.
than Barboza, man.
Well,
he was a big fucking
He was a
deal.
beast.
Yeah.
Do you remember he fought Martin Kamen and was tooling Martin Kamen until he went for the takedown
Yeah.
out of nowhere? He was winning. He had him hurt. He had him staggered, and someone told him to go for the takedown.
Yeah.
And
Someone
he got
should
caught
be
in the
fired.
guillotine.
Someone should be fired.
First time I seen him fight, it was at a small show in a high school in Chicago. Jason Chambers fought Thiago Alves.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's
How'd
right.
that go for
It
your
was like,
boy?
oh, he's an American top team guy. And man, from that fight, it was quite clear that he was going to have a serious career.
Was he-
in
was he
MMA.
bodied
You're
up
like,
then?
Holy shit.
Thiago's always bodied up, but not well. Actually, when he fought Spencer Fisher, people don't remember. Spencer the King, motherfucking Fisher, caught
Old
him with
school.
a triangle. Spencer was a skillful fighter,
Savage.
and he caught Thiago with a triangle. But I think Thiago was only like 20 years old at the time. I think he was super young. But I think that was Thiago's first fight in the UFC, if I remember right.
I thought Thiago was fighting at 19 or 20, right? He was young.
Real young, really young. But so he looks real light now, real thin, and he did the Cam Hanes thing. And Cam, how much did you lose when you had to do that Bigfoot 200? You lost like 20 pounds, right?
Yeah.
But you did it. He did it in the most gangster way because at 180, he was not fat. So what he had to do is he had to make his body eat itself. You have to burn off 3,000 calories and take in 1. Or take in
Damn,
2.
you're a madman.
I did 4 and 3.
4 and 3. So there you go. You burn that off that way.
So how'd you do it?
Your body eats itself.
Running.
Just running
shit.
nonstop?
20 miles a day.
Don't be surprised if OSP hit the twister. He's
This
really
is
good
a
at it.
crazy ass fight.
Yeah.
And Jimi Manawa is a nasty striker.
Oh, someone's getting knocked
Beautiful
out. son.
inside
Early.
leg kick there.
Someone is getting knocked out.
And Manawa has been in camp with Gustafsson, who he fought actually. Gustafsson
he
stopped
murked.
him.
Yeah, he murked him.
Yeah, but Manawa was really good. He hasn't been fighting for that long. It's really interesting. He didn't start martial arts, I think, till he was like 28 years old.
He was in, I want to say, prison for a while in England.
How dare you just make that up? You don't even know. That's like Tower 7 all over again.
No. Hey,
Well,
hey, I'm almost positive he did some time. We had the same
Gustafson
manager.
needs to get on the social media thing because he liked your picture today. So I'm like, hey, is this him? And then I went to it. It's like 600 followers.
Oh, yeah,
It
he's a
might not
stud.
be him. It might not be
it
him.
seemed
It might
like it
be
was.
a
Did you say
guy.
600 followers?
600.
Oh, that's
It's probably
fake. No,
fake.
Oh, he's got more?
He's a superstar in his
Oh,
home
okay,
country.
okay.
In Sweden, yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
No.
Yeah. No, when he fought in Stockholm, when he fought Rumble Johnson, there's a giant crowd there. I mean, I want to say like 30,000 plus people.
Yeah, he has billboards. He's like the hockey players there.
Yeah, he's a stud. So there's no way that was real. Wow, that's a good fight. But Jimi Manawa has like really nasty power and
Good stand-up.
good
like
mechanics.
technique. Yeah.
Like I find it almost hard to believe he didn't start striking until he was 28 years old.
Good athlete.
Yeah.
OSP is a better athlete, and he's so hard to. He's like so unconventional. That's why I give OSP
he got
the
nailed in
advantage.
the legs.
Yeah, that hurt. We have to also remember that OSP suffered a broken arm in the John Jones fight, and you don't know how long it took for that to heal up, how it healed up.
Yeah.
Some guys will break an arm. Like a bad example is like the Nogueira fight. When Frank Mir broke Nogueira's arm was pretty fucked up for a long time after that.
He's also 80 years old in the fight world when he broke his fucking arm.
in the fight world?
He was 80. He was a tortoise when he snapped
was
his
up-
arm.
Wasn't it up here?
In fight years?
Yeah.
It was up here, right?
Yeah, it was the upper.
It was a mess.
He snapped his shit off like a chicken.
God, that was ugly.
Manawa just caught him with a knee. Yeah, Frank Mir is a fucking badass submission artist.
Yeah.
Look at this, OSP holding on to the head. This ain't good for Manawa.
Looks like a knee could come up
Get,
there.
oh, look at that. Nice.
Oh.
It drops right down.
Yeah,
oh, shit. OSP
Look
was
at
a
that.
beautiful
He's
wrestler.
gonna twist him. Watch.
Beautiful wrestling.
Manawa's not exactly a grappler. Yeah, this is smart by OSP.
Man, don't be shocked if he gets into the truck. Don't be shocked.
It gets in the what?
You'll see.
I'll tell you what, OSP, when he fought John Jones, he might have lost that fight, but he showed people that he's a real world-class fighter.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was able to fight with a broken arm through a portion, I think, of the fourth and the whole fifth round.
Yeah, I think he got even though he lost the fight, he got a shitload of confidence from it.
Yeah.
So that helps. John also was kind of weird. It was a little weird night.
Pretty
He broke his
tentative.
arm. John was super,
See,
kinda,
I think people giving John a hard time. I think John didn't feel that comfortable, but I think that OSP is really fucking good, and I think that
I
John
agree.
had to be careful.
I agree. I think John had to be careful, and I think John played it a little safe. And I think OSP, as a
He
southpaw
dropped down
and
for the guillotine.
explosive,
He dropped down for the guillotine.
Holy
Manawa.
shnikey.
Manawa looking for the guillotine. Arm in.
He's not going to get it.
He's just
is
holding
he?
on right now. Hey, he might get it. He totally might get it. You never know. What's going on in
Flat
the right
back.
arm? What's going on in
Yeah.
the right arm? What's going on with OSP's right arm? He's definitely under the chin,
Can't
right?
tell.
He's pushing down the wrist. He's got some space
like he's
there.
trying to hand fight.
He's got some space in that
Oh,
left
he's
arm.
out. He's out.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Immediate go to pass. Take it
Oh.
back.
Put it in. Put it
Take
in.
it back.
Man,
Scrambles. Little tiny scrambles like that.
he's
Little
so good at getting into the truck. I'm
little-
shocked he hasn't got.
He's
gotten
even
there
got a brand on his calf.
opportunities. He might have one.
it's his fraternity
Yeah,
in
one
He's got one on his
Tennessee.
arm.
One
Yeah, from
minute.
Tennessee.
1 minute.
See, Manawa, there was like some little space there. There was some space to scramble.
There it
and
is.
He
He rested instead of
You
scrambling.
got 49
Exactly.
seconds.
Exactly. He rested instead of
But
scrambling.
Manawa's in a perfect spot against the fence. He's turning to his left, which is perfect. If he turned to his right, he'd be in deep trouble.
To-
So-
to your-
This Eddie
your point,
Bravo's
Joe.
where fucking elbows to the back of the head would be the king.
yeah, yeah.
To your point, Joe, where you said he rested where he should have scrambled, that's where the world champions don't. They literally get the fuck out and
Exactly.
change the game.
Yeah. Like you look at, You know, like a guy like Mighty Mouse is a perfect example. I know I always use him, but he ain't getting no room there.
Huh?
There's no room there.
Look at this. Look at
And
this. Putting the
she's
hook in.
out.
Look,
Yeah.
look. Oh.
He's going to it. He tried for it. Oh, he lost it. That would have been dope if he rolled there. But he was up against the cage. That's
trying.
a weird place to roll, right?
Yeah. That was not a good place to set it up.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's
good
short
elbow.
elbow.
Oh, man.
That's a nice elbow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey,
Good fight.
so how many people are going to be at the New York show?
I don't know how many people Madison Square Garden seats.
It'll sell out,
like
but tickets are
50
crazy
some?
expensive. Insanely expensive already.
Yeah, they went for it.
I mean, it's Madison Square Garden, first time ever UFC.
Yeah, I know.
Biggest,
It could be
biggest
huge.
card of all
Well, you
time.
have to think how many people have to get paid for that show too. There's a
Yeah.
lot of world class fighters on that show.
Yeah.
that is the goddamn pay-per-view bargain of a lifetime. That
Yeah.
card, that's the pay-per-view bargain of a lifetime.
No kidding.
And then think about the free fights on Fox. Those prelims are nuts.
Dude. Nurmagomedov versus Michael Johnson is on Fox. So is Frankie Edgar versus Jeremy Stevens.
That's a great
That's
fight.
on FS1.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I'd like to see Stevens win that. I like him.
I love Frankie too. I
love
love
Frankie.
Jeremy too. That's one for me is a problem. They're
I
both
love Frankie.
great guy. I love Jeremy. Jeremy's a fucking great guy.
Yeah.
He's an animal too. I love
Hits
watching
like a
that kid
Mack
fight.
truck.
He's so game too. He's another one, and so is
Yeah.
Frankie. Frankie's just relentless.
Yeah, best pace in the game, man.
I'm interested in see what adjustments Frankie makes from the Aldo fight
I
too.
know.
Because
Yeah, he
Aldo
got beat
really
up a little bit.
Yeah, Aldo flipped the script on him, and turned it into a boxing match.
Yeah.